welcome back to the rePORTER Show, man, where we talk all things Wayland Sports. Give you guys a weekly wrap-up of everything going on. Today, only got one co-host with me. Got Josh Tucker with me. Devin wasn't able to make it today, so we're going to roll on. We're going to go ahead and get this one started off with softball. And softball had a matchup against McU this past weekend, and Addie was on the mound for game one. And she honestly did her part. She was working them pretty good. She had 8 Ks, 2 walks, and only gave up 6 hits throughout the course of this one. It was a scoreless game for both teams for the most part until the 6th. McU had a really big inning, scoring 4, and we couldn't really answer behind that, and so we ended up losing that one 4-0. Notable player in this one was Absolutely. She was 2 for 3. So it was a pretty quiet game offensively. Didn't really have much going on. We had some hits, but they weren't timely. Nothing was really put together. We struggled to get going offensively, and once they put that 4 spot right there at the end of the game, it was really just over with.
So
you know,
they only played 6 innings and something.
They played
right?
7.
7.
Yeah.
Oh,
So.
okay. So yeah, they only had what? 2 more at bats.
2 more at bats.
They scored 4.
And then we couldn't do it. Not saying that we couldn't do it, but we didn't do it. And so game 2, Amber was back. I know she was out the last series that they had, and she came back ready to go. She had a good outing as well. She was holding them scoreless for the first 5 innings, and she added 6 strikeouts, no walks, and she only gave up 6 hits as well. Offensively, we finally got going in the 5th inning with a nice bunt here by Jaden Fernandez, and then Amber came behind her and dropped another bunt down that caused some chaos. As you can see, throw got thrown away, and then Jaden ended up coming around to score the first run of the game right there. And so later that inning, Michaela singled to right field to score another run to go up 2-0. And so McU answered, though, with a 3 spot, top of the 6th, again. That started with a throwing error off of a bunt, and then they put together some timely hits. And so from there, once again, could not answer at the end of the game, and we ended up losing that one 4-2. Some notable players from that one was Michaela. She was 2 for 3 with an RBI, and Jaden was also 3 for 3, so she had a game herself.
3 for 3, that's tough though.
Yeah.
That top of the 6th inning starting, man, that's
It's
hurt us
it's
2
hurt.
games in a row.
It's hurt. Game 3, Clarissa was on the mound, so it's very rare where you see 3 different pitchers in a series. So, you know, we got all of our pitchers back, and so they throwing all of them at them. So we got Clarissa on the mound for this one, and they ain't gonna lie, they jumped on her a little early. They put up 3 in that first inning on 4 hits. So it wasn't like we gave them. Yeah. I think we had 1 error, but like for the most part, they was really getting going. So we held them scoreless for most of the rest of that game until the last inning. They put up another 3 spot, and offensively, just like previous games, we just struggled to get much going. We had some hits here and there, but nothing that's really put any pressure on them to make anything happen. So we ended up losing this one 7-1. This looked like owed us. We had 5 errors in this one. And like I said, we were struggling to hit. And so that looked like what we looked like at the beginning of the year. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right now.
The first couple games.
Yeah, I'm like, don't take no steps back.
Yeah,
I got to keep going. And so, you know, I remember saying to you last week, I was like, hey, I love if we get 2. If we don't get 2, we'll at least get 1. You know?
I wanted 4.
I know you wanted 4. And so when we didn't get game 3, I was like, okay, so we're going to have to win the last one. We got to get the last one. Some notable players from game 3, though, was Jaden. Again, she was 2 for 4 with an RBI, and Addie was 2 for 3. Jaden be dropping down bunts. She get on with the bunt easily.
Good.
I'm telling you, when she, and then it's over.
She get there every time. She an unselfish player. Then,
Yeah,
so like,
I like it. I like
she
it.
still makes sure she get on base when she bunt too, though.
That bat never's got to be kicking at this point with all the bunts she got down successfully. Game 4, Addie was on the mound again, and she continued dominating. She held them to just 2 runs and had 6 strikeouts and 10 ground outs as well. So she was keeping them pretty locked up. So she had 2 very good outings. Bottom of the 4th, Maddie had a big 2 RBI double that was really clutch, and Jaden singled to center field to score her to make it 3-1. And so then McU got back within 1, but that would be all she wrote, and we took the last one 3-2. So we did get 1.
At least we got 1.
We got 1, which kept us in the hunt for 4th place.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
so we still all right, because this weekend we got Southwestern Christian. As you can see, 14-14. Where we at? 13-15. So if we take more than 2, we solidify up here.
4th place, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Unless something else going on, you know, Texas West, I don't know who they playing this weekend, but But we got the head-to-head against Texas Wesleyan.
Okay, good.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know why these standings like this.
Yeah,
they got them messed up.
Yeah, why they got them?
They got them messed up. It's all right though, because we got that head-to-head. So technically we should be right here, but it don't matter. They know that we both tied for 5th.
So really, okay, yeah, tied for 5th.
Tied for 5th. We take the series this weekend. We in 4th place.
4th. Well, good.
Outright 4th place. So they have still kept themselves in a good position, even though they did not have the best weekend. They still got 1.
Yeah.
And that's what they needed.
Yeah, at least
they needed their 1.
They got 1.
Yeah.
I would have liked it to be 2 or 3, maybe even 4. But I don't know. It seems like the sticks just haven't been as hot for them as it was a previous couple weeks. Because I remember we were praising them because they were outscoring teams like crazy. And then, I mean, our defense hasn't been horrible. Our fielding hasn't been horrible to this point. 7 points is a lot to give up. But game 1, 2, and 4, we didn't
really
give up more than 4 or 5 points. So. I guess we just got to get the sticks going these last couple weeks.
Definitely do. I think going into that game against Southwestern Christian, I'm pretty sure they understand the stakes of that one.
Yeah, for sure.
You got to take it over. It ain't no playing around. Ain't no errors. Ain't no, I couldn't get this one around. No, you got to get it.
You gotta go get it.
I'm sorry, you got to go get it because we only got 2 more series before the SAC tournament.
Yeah, so it's
coming down to the end of it.
I guess the thing is, I mean, yeah, they're a young team. There's obviously the first year playing in conference, but I mean, this is what you sign up to play for Coach Villa for. It is big-time games that mean something. You know, you don't sign up to play here to be bottom of the conference. No. So, I mean, just the fact that they have a chance to be in a big-time game like this, I tip my hat to them, and I hope they take full advantage of it because those don't come to, I mean, I'm sure we've known, like we've been at the bottom of the conference before in softball, but any sport. Those games aren't easy to come by. Nope. So,
yeah. So, hopefully, y'all handle y'all business this weekend. We come back celebrating y'all next week.
Yeah, we need it. We need to be in 4th by
we do.
This time next week, we should be in 4th place.
I hear that, man. We're going to go ahead and take this one into men's golf. Men's golf was at the Roadrunner Classic in Dalton, Georgia. This was another tournament. They coach don't play with the tournament signups. They coach. Listen. When I say he does not sign up for a cakewalk, but he say we're gonna play everybody in the top 10 every week. Y'all gonna go out here and compete, and I really like that.
I like that
because it's like, to me, if my coach signing me up for the big deal every weekend, that means okay, he has so much trust in us to come out here and compete.
True.
And so, I think along with that, that helps them in their rankings. Because when they're playing these top 10 teams every week, even if you lose, it's like, well, they lost to the team that was ranked above them. So it's like, it can't really hurt you.
It's not too much of a loss.
Yeah, it's not too much of a loss. And so, anywho, this tournament, every team was ranked. Had the number 1 team, Kaiser, had number 2, Dalton State, had number 3, Ottawa, had number 5, Texas Wesleyan, had number 7, Lindsey Wilson, had us at number 8. Number 9 was Truett McConnell. Number 13 was Cumberland. Number 14 was Coastal Georgia. Number 15 Point. Number 16 Campbellsville. Number 19 William Carey.
Golly.
All in the top 25.
Yeah, that's a loaded
and 7 out of those teams were in the top 10. You know what I'm saying? So this ain't no.
Yeah,
this ain't nothing to play with.
Yeah.
And so let me go ahead and get y'all started with this one. In round 1, we shot a score of 319, which placed us 11th. So not our best work. Not our best work. We started out at the bottom, and Benjamin was carrying the weight with our lowest score, shooting 3 over par. And round 2, we made some adjustments and shot a score of 299. So, you know, we made it.
That's a lot better.
Yeah, a lot better.
A lot better.
But crazy thing is, still didn't move us up much. We were still in 11th place. So that shows you the competition that you facing up against. But we had more players step up. Zane was shooting 3 over par. Sasha was shooting even with par. And Benjamin was shooting 3 under par this round. So he really handled his weight. Round 3, we went backwards, shooting a score of 304. But round 3 was a little something. I'm gonna show you why. But everybody else struggled. Everybody else shot really high in the last round, and so we ended up moving up 4 spots to finish this one in 7th place.
Okay.
And so we only got upset by 1 team, which was number 13 Cumberland's. And in the latest rankings, they still are ranked beneath us. But I'll take it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I don't care.
I don't care what they
we
did.
moved
still
up.
Better team
Yeah, we moved up 1 place. We moved up to 7th place, and so I think that finish there might have had something to do with that. We ended up only placing behind all the other teams that were already ranked ahead of us. And so the only team, like I said, was Cumberland. But as you guys will see, I'm going to put up this quote by Ben. This is what he had to say about this weekend or the past week. The first 2 rounds were perfect weather. For the 3rd round, it was pouring rain. They also placed the holes in more difficult spots, which means they are harder to get close to. It's the most difficult course we play. The greens are extremely fast, a lot of elevation changes, a lot of water, and tight tee shots. The scores reflect that, especially considering we had 7 out of the top 10 ranked schools there.
Dang.
So
that tells a story.
it tells a story. Day 3, raining, pouring rain, and so of course everybody was struggling to get to shoot what they would normally shoot on that course. And considering that he said the course was already hard enough, now you adding rain to it. That's not easy. And so tough tournament. But what I will say is Benjamin still did his thing as always. He finished tied for 4th with a score of 218, shooting 2 over par, and he scored 2 eagles over the course of the tournament.
Oof, man.
So, but he's still going.
Yeah, he's still doing his thing.
Sack player of the week as well. So, he's still, He
gotta be certified.
He's still doing his thing, man.
That's good though, because that tells me when a team can still, I guess I wouldn't say we played our best golf on game 3, but we can still play significantly better than the field on a day where the conditions are nowhere near what you want. I mean, that just shows even in golf, a tougher team gonna win most of the time. So that's a big thing. I mean, if we practice in Plainview with the wind howling and everything, I mean, the rain gonna be hard, but we gonna be more used to it than some of these other teams where it's sunshine and 70 every day. So
definitely,
that benefited us, and I'm glad we took care of business when the conditions were bad.
Absolutely. Let's go ahead and take this one in women's golf. They were at the Susie Maxwell Burning Classic in Oklahoma City, and the only ranked team in this one was Oklahoma City. There were 9 teams in this one. Oklahoma City is ranked 3rd in the nation, so pretty stout team, pretty stout competition. I think the only team you want to chase in that one is Oklahoma City.
Yeah, for sure.
Round 1, we shot a score of 315, which placed us in 3rd. And from the very beginning, every team stayed exactly where they placed from round 1. Dang. So nobody moved, nothing changed. So we finished 3rd with a score of 932. Mason, of course, led the way for us in round 1. She shot 3 over par. Round 2, she shot 2 over par. And in round 3, she shot 1 under par to finish, shooting 220 and 4 over par. Placed her 6th in the tournament out of 56 contestants. Ashlyn Watley, I feel like I always say them two right after each other. Yeah. So I feel like they're doing the same thing. So props to y'all. Ashlyn rounded out the top 15, shooting 235, 19 over par. So they did all right. I feel like they were, stat-wise, they were still a lot of strokes behind Oklahoma City. At the end of the day, though, I think, 3rd-ranked team in the nation, you have to carry your weight a little bit more. So if you play just at the level that you've been playing at, it's probably ain't gonna be enough. It's not gonna be enough. And so it is what it is. They still finished 3rd in that tournament, and so that's a good finish. They will be heading to the SAC tournament, not this week, but I think the following week. And if I got that wrong, it's all right. Just know they're going to the SAC tournament. That's the next thing. That's the next thing. For men's and women's, the next thing is the SAC tournament. Let me go ahead and take y'all to the next subject, track and field, man. They did not go to the New Mexico Junior College Ross Black Open. I struggled to find their information at first until I got some help. They went to the Warhawk Classic in Abilene, Texas. And so on the men's side, Keyshawn Garcia, as always, 5th in the 400 meter with a 49.45 time. Now the dude that got first place ran a 46.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, ain't nothing you can do about that.
I mean, you can't do nothing about that, bro. 5th place ain't bad, my boy. I like a 5th place finish, especially when Buddy running the 46. I think that's only a second off of qualifying for Olympic time.
Yeah.
Because the guys that they run in the Olympics, they run 44s. So he running a 46. Now 2 seconds is a lot of time in track, but it ain't bad if you running that in college.
Not at all.
You know what I'm saying? Because that means, at this level, I think he's from a JUCO, Western Texas. Ooh. So Buddy, he probably on his way somewhere else.
Yeah, we're going to see him in the SEC.
You know what I'm saying, bro?
To Keyshawn, anything sub 50 is pretty damn good, but I don't know how the college times rank up, but I mean, 5th in the whole meet, that's still impressive, man.
Still impressive. Evans Palolet was 1st in the 800 meter with a time of 1:55.43, and he was also 1st in the 1500 meter with a time of 3:59.93. So them two right there, they back and forth every track meet. I feel like I'm saying them two names right there for winning something.
Every time.
Winning something. On the women's side, Shanielle Graham she placed 5th in the 200 meter with a time of 26.04. So we had some good little placements for this one. We had 4 that placed really well in this last tournament. So hopefully moving forward, I know there's other guys on this team that I've seen that I was sort of keeping track of since the fall. We've been dealing with some injuries, so hopefully they can come back out and really show out these next.
Yeah.
Well, the
Conference
next
coming up,
one
right?
is
It's conference?
cause conference.
Well, we gotta get
so
right fast,
men's golf, women's golf, and men's and women's track and field. They all in conference now.
Man, way
you
to
know.
go.
So it's coming down to the end of the year.
It is, man.
It's coming down to the end of the year quick.
Fast.
It is. Now, I got 15 minutes to talk about baseball. I got 15 minutes to talk about baseball. And I guarantee you, I'm going to use all of it because I got to talk about something. They started off the week against Southwest last week. It's midweek game, so it's a bullpen game. So they're pulling everybody out the bullpen, you know, go 2 innings, another guy come in, another guy come in, another guy come in. Brandon started this one because he had a rough little start in the previous series. Try to rebuild from last week. He gave up two home runs in the second inning. But they were solo home runs, so it ain't bad. It's just 2 runs, you know. It is what it is. Offensively, Hato had an opportunity with bases loaded, and he singled to right field, scored 2 of them. And then Felix singled to left field to drive in another. So after 2 innings of play, it was 3-2 Wayland. All right, so that's all right. Then we came up, hit back-to-back home runs by Delvis and Cooper. Put us up 5-2 in the very next inning. And we kept going top 5 with a single here by Felix that scored a run. Memo drove him in the very next at-bat to make it 7-3. So, you know, we stacking it on, all right? This is what we do against Southwest. Understandable. Bottom 5, though, we gave up a 3-run shot to let them get back what they wanted. A 3-run shot. And when I tell you that thing was built, it was a perfect pitch. I'm like, why would you throw that? What are you doing? Anywho, they gave up, they gave a 3-run shot. Southwest kept it going, bottom 6 with a leadoff home run. You know what that one was? Built, right down the middle. All right. Then they ended up scoring 2 more runs that inning to go up 9-7. Now we losing, all right? So then they scored 2 more in the next inning to go up 11-7.
Come on, man.
And we ended up losing 12-10 to Southwest. That was disappointing, to say the least. Then, let me go ahead and give y'all some notable players. Felix 3 for 6, 3 RBIs and a home run. Dell was 3 for 5 with an RBI and a home run. Hato was 3 for 4, 2 RBIs. The biggest thing to me from this game is pitching. Why are we throwing belt-high, wheelhouse fastballs, curveballs? It don't matter what it is. If you throwing it in the zone, what you expect to happen?
Come on, man. It's a college baseball player, man.
You ain't even got to be a professional to hit that.
Yeah, you can hit that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And so to me, we are very inconsistent because I don't feel like we practice consistency. I feel like in a situation like this is showing you, okay, maybe we need to go back to the drawing board, and when we get to practice, we need to work on hitting spots. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like we're so inconsistent. It's like one weekend we're wonderful, another weekend we're not. And it's because all we're doing is basing it off of, all right, I'm going to go throw a bullpen, I'm going to go throw in this inner squad, and then I'm going to come this weekend and hope I do what I'm supposed to do. That ain't enough.
Yeah, it's not how it works.
It's not enough. For me, if I come out there, I should be seeing you with the little catches, little box that y'all be throwing to with the little strings in that got you the whole strike zone. And you should be working on hitting spots. To me, if you practice that day in and day out, when you get in the game, it's not hard for you to hit your spots. But I know for a fact, because I've been playing on the team for the past 3 years, that we don't work on hitting spots. We just work on throwing bullpens and getting this pitch down to where we want it to be, and then we go throw in the inner squad, and then we go to the weekend and we hope that we do the best. Which, if you do, great. If you don't, then we mad at each other. Well, are you doing what you need to do so that when the time comes, it's easy? No, you're not. So we ended up losing this one to Southwest to keep the losing streak going. Then we went into Texas Wesleyan, game 1. Juan gave us a decent game, only gave up 3 runs on 5 hits, 2 walks, and he had 2 strikeouts to add on to that. Offensively, though, we couldn't get anything going until the last inning. BP drove in a run with a single to left field to make it 1-3. Then an error by Texas Wesleyan's third baseman allowed another run to come across and make it 2-3. So with a runner on second, 1 out, Felix steps up to the plate, only down 1.
Oh, here we go.
This is it, right here. You know what I'm saying? It's coming down to the end of the game. You need something happening. He come up, he hit a home run. We go up by 1. But then they called the home run back. They said it was a foul ball.
Bro, come on.
A home run. Apparently, the umpires down the line couldn't tell that it was foul. But the home plate umpire was like, that was clearly foul. What y'all doing? Y'all making me look bad because y'all want to call it a home run. So he had to call it back. He was like, that was not a home run. That was a foul ball. But of course, when you call back a home run, a go-ahead home run at that, coach going to be a little upset.
Oh, yeah, for
You know what I'm
sure.
saying? So he was a little heated. He ended up getting tossed out of the game. And then, of course, the call was overturned and we went on to strike out and then we struck out again, and we ended up losing 3-2. So that was really tough way to end the
that's
game.
a tough one to take.
It's a tough one.
Tough one to take. I respect the coach who'll get kicked out the game defending his kids, though. So that is, you know what I'm saying? No, we didn't win, but at least I'd rather a coach get kicked out arguing for me than not care.
Then
you know
not care. Yeah,
so.
exactly. Notable player in this one, BP, was 2 for 3 with an RBI, so he's coming out of that hole a little bit. Game 2, Potts took this one and held on just 2 runs through 6 innings. Started the second inning with back-to-back singles and ended up scoring on a balk to go up 1-0. Then in the 5th, JJ dropped down the squeeze to go score another, and we went up 2-1. So once again, we jumping out first, and I like that. After a wild pitch, we scored another run to go up. I hope y'all didn't hear that one. After we after another wild pitch, we scored another to go up 3-1 at the end of the 5th inning. And so bottom 7, we were up 3-2. Bottom 7. You know what inning that is?
Yeah,
that's the last inning.
That's the
last inning.
Close it out.
Potts came back in, and he fell apart. He hit a guy, then he walked the guy. So that's first and second, no outs already off rips.
Yeah.
You giving it to him at that point. Yeah, you giving it to him. Then, of course, they drop down the bunt because that's fundamental. Move the runners over. So now you got runners over second and third with 1 out. And then a wild pitch. Scored a run. So now it's 3-3. Went to the bullpen. What'd he do? Come in, throw a wild pitch. We lose the game on a wild pitch.
Come on.
They didn't earn it.
Yeah.
They didn't earn not one single thing in this game. They had a hit by pitch, a walk, a wild pitch, and a wild pitch. That's 4 gimmies.
Yeah, we just gave him a run.
Yeah.
We just handed him
We
a
literally
run.
said, hey, y'all want to take this win? Y'all want to take this win from us? That goes back to what I'm saying. Y'all got to work on these things, man. When you go to practice, these situations, you have to simulate the game. You have to go in that bullpen, hit this spot for this pitch, throw this many, whatever you got to do to make sure that when it comes down to it, you're not tripping out. Now, you might have been tired. You might have been tired, and that's okay. You should have been taken out. That's what a closer is for. You bring in your closer to close the game. Your starter has carried you for the first 6 innings. At this point in time, it's time for him to come out. Why put him back out? But we ended up losing that one. Game 3. It's a 9-inning game, so this is a long one. Baca had a rough start in the previous series, but he got back right on this one. So he held him scoreless in 7 of 8 innings. So he went the distance.
Yeah, you locked in.
He only gave up 5 hits. He had 1 walk. He had 3 strikeouts and 11 groundouts. So he was keeping it, pretty slow for him. Van got it going offensively. Finally got that man back in the lineup. Top of 6 with a double to left field. Then Nava drove him in with a single to right. Then Memo and Delvis came up with back-to-back hits, driving another run to tie it at 2. So it's 2-all. After this inning, both teams went scoreless for 5 innings. So if we was in the, what inning were we in? Sixth inning for 5 innings. We went to 12 innings.
It's a long ball.
It's a long game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's a long game. So at this point, people getting tired. They just want to score that 1 run and get it over with.
We done.
Then the bottom of 12, we ended up losing this one after a walk-off single up the middle. So it's a tough loss. We had some things happen earlier in that inning, actually, in the 12th inning, that we did not capitalize on. We had a runner in scoring position, and he got picked off. And,
Man, bro.
My takeaways, how much time I got left? I got 6 minutes. All right.
You got time.
Listen.
You can speak your mind, bro. You got
Look,
plenty
my
of time.
takeaways for baseball right now. We got swept, all right? We're not playing great ball. At the time, thankfully, not no more, because just yesterday they had a game. But at the time, we were on an 11-game losing streak. Striking out a lot, getting out hit, getting out played, getting out pitched, clearly. And my thing is, you never struggle for no reason, whether it be in life or in the game. You never struggle for no reason. Somebody trying to teach you something, all right? You know what I'm saying? And so, to me, I know sports is not dictated, of course, by God, but he could be trying to teach you something in this situation. How do you handle yourself when you're struggling? Coaches, players, everybody. How do you handle yourself when you're losing? How do you handle yourself when your team is struggling and you feel like you got all the talent in the world? How do you go into practice in the following week, the following days after continuously losing? What is your game plan? Are you going out there doing the same thing? Are you changing up practice? are you as a player changing up how you go about practice? Like I said, are you going to, for pitchers, are you going into the bullpen working on hitting spots, working on throwing this pitch, or are you doing the same thing you always do? As a batter, are you doing the same thing? Are you just going up there just swinging at everything? Or are you changing up your mindset to say, okay, let me look for contact first. Let me look for this spot in the zone. This is what I like. You know what I'm saying? Because to me, it's a famous quote, and I told Ray about it yesterday, or it was the day before. I don't care. It don't matter. Anywho, it's a famous quote, and it says, when you do the same thing over and over and you expect a different outcome, that is the definition of insanity. And I feel like that's where we at. Because I feel like we do the same thing over and over and over again, and we expect a different outcome just off of what we have as talent. Talent can only get you so far.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So my thing is we have to switch things up. We got 4 guys in the lineup that are in the top 10 of conference for strikeouts. I mean, we just get up there swinging. We just swing at everything. And it's like, man, listen, if that's how we playing the game, okay, maybe Buddy need to take a break, put in some. We have so many guys that can come in this game and just get a base knock. They might not be able to get a home run.
Nothing wrong with the base
but they
knock,
gonna
man.
get the base knock.
Nothing wrong with that.
You know what I'm saying? So to me, I'm thinking to myself, you got these guys sitting on this bench, and you got 4 guys in the lineup that's leading the league in strikeouts. Now, I get it. When you play more, you get more opportunities. So, of course, your stats might look a little crazy. You might strike out more.
True.
But, listen, to me, you got to change something. If you got 4 guys that's in the top 10 for strikeouts, something got to change.
I agree. And my take on the whole, just this past little streak that they've been on is, you know, someone will show you who they really are when times are going bad like this. Like, you know what I'm saying? If they were winning an 11-game win streak, of course everybody going to be happy. Everybody going to want to practice hard. Everybody want to play hard. But when you lose 11 games in a row, man, this is where you really see who the dogs on the team are and who's not. Like, man, that's just life.
Yeah.
You know, when life hits you like that, what you gonna do
You're
about
gonna see what
it?
you got.
Yeah, like, because obviously you know you got to switch something up.
Yeah.
So my advice to them, man, you got to stick to the script, go to practice and play hard, and obviously something got to change, but the mindset got to change. Got to be the first thing, in my opinion, because the 11 losses in a row, that's not good enough.
It ain't.
Not at all.
It ain't good at all. And it comes at the hand of games that we should have won.
Yeah.
We losing games that we should not be losing. But I'm going to get off y'all because I know I'm coming close to time. I'm going to go ahead and close this one out, man. Games we got coming up this week. Baseball just had the game yesterday. A little 9-inning game against Southwest again. We'll fill y'all in on that one next week. Friday, this weekend, softball will have a weekend series at Sagu on Friday and Saturday. Baseball will also have a weekend series away as well at Southwestern Christian on Friday and Saturday. Golf and track, as I said, will be getting ready for the SAC tournaments. If not next week, the following week. So, coming down to the end of it, man. I hope that at the end of it, somebody come back with some hardware.
Man,
you know what
please.
I'm saying? Spring sports, y'all got to come back with some hardware. I know golf gonna do that.
Yeah.
I know golf.
I don't got no worry about
Yeah.
golf. I don't have no worry about men's golf.
Don't worry about
Not at
men's
all.
golf. But as he said, the certified nominee this week, man, you know we got to give it to Benjamin.
It got to be Benjamin.
It's got to be Benjamin.
Evans got to get a honorable mention.
Honorable mention.
You went first in 2 different.
First two. Okay.
Races. You went first. That's an honorable mention in my
I got
book,
you, man.
That's
I got
tough.
you, man. So congrats to both of y'all, man. I hope that this upcoming week we have some good things coming back from baseball and softball. And I think those are the only 2 sports that are going this week. So that's all. It's gonna be a short one next week. But we'll see you guys at the same time next week. All right.